Welcome, everybody, to Friday Night Live. You've just got Jen and I tonight because Gary Kahn is going on and Anthony Simeone is missing in action. Who was supposed to join us, but I'm sure Jen will lead us through with great skill. How are you, Jen?
I'm wonderful, Ron. It's another Friday night, end of a long week. I'm happy that the weekend is here, um, and excited to hear about Ed and Phil's escapades at GaryCon. Have you heard from them?
I have, but we're going to get to that a little later on in the show. You have any gaming scheduled this weekend?
Sadly, no. We are taking a break. Um,
We
and
were on a break.
yes, we're taking a break.
Oh, well, that's sure you're going to get a lot of fan mail. Oh,
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I'm sure when we come back, it will be great.
yeah, I'm playing Conan, the Hyborian Age tomorrow, which is a lot of
Ooh,
fun. I have a lot of fun with that, and I'm looking forward to that. You know, Jen, we have a couple of not only uh, guests tonight, but they're also on the page staff as well. So they are experts or leaders in the gaming community in their own right. But
great.
we're lucky enough to have them on our staff. So it's very exciting to have both Amanda Brosofske and Elise Paxson with us tonight, and we're gonna jump over to them as soon as I'm done doing some of the normal stuff I would be doing when Phil would be blathering away at the beginning of the show. Um,
Okay.
so we're gonna get to them just in 1 minute as soon as I'm done sharing all the links to the program elsewhere.
Okay.
All right. And we are set. So the news that Arnold is playing King Conan is is cool. Yes, it is very cool, and I'm also glad that we have uh, Conan the Hyborian Age uh, creator and author of the RPG, Matt John, who's going to be with us at Page this year, and of course for gold badge holders and supporting patrons, special guests, and staff. We're going to have two showings of Conan the Barbarian on the big screen at the movie theater across the street on Wednesday night. So that should be a lot of fun. And I don't know, maybe there's going to be some other Conan madness at the event as well this year. But we're going to save that talk for another day, or as Conan would say, enough talk. And we're going to get to our first guest. We've got Dice Guru and Page auction staffer and presenter Amanda Brosofske with us tonight. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Hello, hello. I am doing well. You mentioned I am, yes, on the page staff, but also I am on staff for Concoction,
Ah,
which is pretty
yes.
cool. I'm excited about
Awesome.
that. So I'm excited because Concoction seems like it's going to be a much smaller ordeal. And while I love being a part of the fun craziness that is Page, I like I like being in it at the ground floor. That's why I was excited to be there at the start of Page as well.
I, I'm. I've got some frightening news about concoction.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. Should we
Frightening
be
news.
worried?
So well, you shouldn't be because you have
I can't.
made the decision not to come.
I can't.
You made the
Two in
decision
one
not to
in one month.
That's
You have
your.
to listen to the person who's driving.
Oh, I see. I see. You have the power in that relationship. You realize that, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I do.
Amanda, you want to talk to her offline about the power? No.
I mean, I run all decisions by my husband. Even though I know in the end, will do whatever I want to do anyway, I want him to think he's made that decision.
That sounds exactly like Jennifer, my wife, Jennifer.
Why do you think Jen and I get along so well?
Yes. Yes. So, oh, look, we have the PAGE 3 selfie scavenger hunt winner. Mark is on with us tonight, and really excited to have him with us tonight. We've got Michael Pastor, one of our staffers here. Troy Allman from Cannonball Publishing is in the audience tonight, and he asked a question: how is the Conan uh, Hyborian Age RPG? I love it. I love it. You don't select a class, you select a background, and then you pick skills off that background. So you can tailor your character as you want. And as you gain experience points, you don't go up levels, you don't gain hit points unless you spend your experience points to become tougher or become stronger or become faster or have a certain attack so like every character can be tweaked the way you like it. And our game master Anthony Simeone, who's supposed to be on with us tonight, I don't know what happened to him, but he's missing. But we are oh, you know what? I wonder if I forgot to send him the link. I wonder if I forgot to send him the link. I might have sent it to the wrong Anthony.
Don't admit that on
I
camera.
did.
Ron.
I sent it to Anthony Alisea. Oh, I'm such a bad person. I am such a bad person. Hold on. That's no good.
Everyone makes mistakes.
I sent it to the wrong. No, I'm going to blame him for being late still, but Anthony Simeone.
I mean, it's kind of on him for not checking in to be like,
yeah,
hey,
he didn't
what's going
check
on?
in.
Not to pass the buck or anything, but
Yeah. All right. So Amanda, you have a big reveal for us tonight. Oh, I was starting real quick. I was starting to tell you what's a little frightening about PAGE.
yes,
Or about concoction.
About concoction.
We've sold 372 badges.
Nice.
How is that frightening? That's a good start.
I thought I was aiming for 250. And we're still 2.5 months away.
Good.
Hey, I mean,
yeah, so we're doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Oh man, I messed up. I sent it to Anthony Alisea instead of Anthony Simeone. I don't know what's going on. And Troy, to answer your question, yes, it is the Monolith Games version, written by Matt John. What a great guy. What a great guy. What a great system. I have a lot of fun with it, and really looking forward to tomorrow. But let's get back to Amanda here. Amanda, you have a big reveal for PAGE tonight, do you not?
Do have a big reveal. I was on, as I have been the last couple years now, I was on the team that picked the new color for the exclusive dice, the custom dice that we do every year. And I'm very excited because we did stick in the vein of, so previously last year we did like a blue-green, and it was like a shimmery blue-green that was gorgeous. The year before that it was green. This year we stuck more with the blue, but it's a wonderful, like a deep dark blue mixed with some white, like it reminds me of like the sea in a storm. I'm very excited. And I'm ready to show.
Well, go ahead. The floor is yours.
One moment. Let me swap cameras here. Oh, that camera's not quite in. It's not quite in focus, but
I can help. You ready?
Yeah, you can throw up a nice picture.
There's the look of the dice. There's the custom D6 with its blue. What happened to? She disappeared. What's going on?
Oh dear, we lost Jen.
Well, wait. She should be here. What happened? She.
I'm here.
There she is. So I don't know. You disappeared.
That's weird.
But yeah, I mean, there's the custom D6. There is and Jen disappeared again. I don't know what's happening.
Weird.
Yeah, she keeps disappearing. But there's the rest of the dice, the matching dice that go with it. And Amanda, do you have the focus situation sorted out?
I do not. I am not able to I'm not that camera savvy, guys. But someone in chat did ask if they are semi-translucent. In the spots that are white, there's a little bit of translucency to them. So they've got like a nice milky cloudiness to them. Other than that, or so you can get some areas that have like a window almost. But there's no spot that's entirely translucent. The font is gold. Yes, the font color is gold.
All right. Yes, the font color is gold. So we will be. We're going to be excited to have these, and we're going to do a.
Ooh, someone said to put it on a black background, and it might focus better. Hold on, let me see if I can make that happen. You can continue doing stuff. I'll see if I can find a black background.
While she's working on that.
Do you still see me?
Yes, I see you. Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, nobody noticed you picking at your nose this now.
Stop it.
And we're going to get Elise on here. Hi, Elise. How are you?
Hi. Do you see me?
Yeah, I see you. You're in the corner. You're over in the corner. Nobody puts Elise in the corner.
Sorry.
And there we are. Uh-oh. Something's going on over there. Looks like people approve of the set. Wes Allen says that's a nice looking set. He's probably plotting a way he can steal a set for himself. They don't have yolk inside, Wes. So, Elise.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the Women of TTRPGs group that you put together in Southern New Jersey.
Well, we're not that old yet. We've been around for a couple of months. We have had a few sessions. The reason I started it was because I really want to learn how to DM for D&D, and the only way to do it, according to Ron, the only way I can do that is to actually DM. So I had to find people, and I really wanted to find a group where I would feel really comfortable. Now, traditionally, gaming groups are often a lot of men, and I have no problems with men. I just felt like I needed to be in a safer space. And when I started reaching out, talking to people, it seemed like I wasn't alone. So I have a wonderful group of women. We have one man in the group, so I'm not exclusive. It's just a women-focused group.
It's a women-focused group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elise is not safe in the game group that she plays in at my house. She's
well, I'm lucky.
She's constantly badgered by the other players, and I have to protect her.
I love your group, and in fact, I want to. The men in my gaming journey have been wonderful. Ron, Wes from DN Tales, just the kindness that's been shown to me has been amazing. But as far as like my journey, I felt like I needed this group, and when I talked to some people, it felt like we all kind of needed something where we were the focus. And my group isn't just me. I'm encouraging everyone, if they want to learn how to DM, there's a place for them. They want to play different games. We're starting out with D&D. And when we finish the campaign, we're going to talk about, what do we want to do next. So we meet every other week, and we've been having a good time so far.
Well, that's great. That's great.
Awesome.
You're going to be bringing this group to Concoction or PAGE or EcclesiaCon?
We've handed out the palm cards for that, for EcclesiaCon I've talked about as well, and PAGE, of course. So I'm hoping, but I don't like to pressure people, so we talk about it. So I'm hoping, we get some there.
Well, I have an interesting and applicable to this conversation announcement to make tonight, that we actually are undertaking a pretty big initiative to welcome new gamers into the two conventions. And Kathy Kruger, who is come to gaming later in life, contacted me. She wanted to know all about PAGE. She had started to play D&D. She loved it, and she'd been to PAX, and I guess it wasn't. It was very overwhelming.
Yeah,
I've heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
And so she talked to me, and I kind of talked her through what our processes are. And she stepped up and put together a full marketing plan about how we can put together a beginner's track at the convention. Beginner's games, learn the plays,
that's great.
seminars, and basically if you want to learn to play or if you're new and you're not sure where to start, or it's your first convention, you can sign up for these tracks and you can get in these games, and you can go to certain panels and seminars that'll be more geared towards people that aren't, old grizzled veterans of the hobby like I am. And, I love the marketing plan that she's put forth, and she's busy implementing it with our new graphics and video person, Lex Ford, and they're working on the marketing materials, and they're going to be using some other methods to outreach to these newer players. Using like Meetup to invite people to get together and talk about learn the plays and things like that. So I'm sure that is something we're going to be working on, and hopefully we can get your folks involved.
I'm definitely, interested. And one of the things I'd love to be able to do is eventually be able to teach people how to play, because it's just such a wonderful hobby to be in. And to have this ability to be in this group with cooperative storytelling, with a dice mechanic, to me is just, just the funnest thing. And I was afraid for so long to get back into gaming after, a long time away from it, because I was just like, I'm just not comfortable. But I met, like I said, I met Wes and Ron, and just to welcome me in, and I'm learning, and it's just, now I want to open it. I just want to open it for more people to feel comfortable to try it out.
Right.
You know what might be super helpful with that? I'm not sure if you're familiar with Tiffany Rose Nickel, who is one of our vendors. She actually has a system that she has called One Page Dice Dungeons, where you can pretty much get set up and go in less than 5 minutes. Each
cool.
of them is based off of, so each page is, you only use one die. So like it's either the D4, the D6, so on and so forth.
Oh, that's
and each
great.
of them have different mechanics depending on which of them that you want to do. But the entirety of the rules fit just on one page, and they're super awesome. I do definitely recommend, because it's a great way to get up and running really, really quickly for someone who's just learning. And
That's
so some of them
fabulous.
are more like story based. Some of them are more like, I believe her D10 has more of a like a resource management mechanic to it,
Sure.
where you roll your D10 and you essentially you only get to add so many points at any given time. So you have to choose, like, do I use this rest to put some more to heal up, or do I use this rest to like focus on making some more arrows or something like that?
Okay, I love that. I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It's system agnostic
Mhm.
stuff too. So Elise, if you remember, we had a one page dice dungeon that is an exclusive page
That's
property,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Called the Death Knell at the Liberty Bell.
Yes. Yeah,
And
I
that,
didn't get to play that yet.
but that might be something, next time you're out at the house, you grab that and you take it back, and when your group's ready, you give that a try. I mean, because essentially they're trying to stop a zombie apocalypse, and the first thing they're trying to do is take back over Independence Hall,
Right.
and hold Independence Hall, and and we all know Elise loves zombie games. Her character, it's Emma, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Her character Emma in our Walking Dead game, who my nerdy scientist character Alan is smitten with, um, kills a lot of zombies using a sledgehammer. That's
Yeah.
her weapon of choice, sledgehammer.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a killer.
That's great.
And that's the other thing too that about I'm interested in my group is there's so many great other role-playing games. There's so many, and so many indie ones that are cool. And I want to
Yeah.
try and like bring sort of use D&D as like the come on in. And D&D is great. I love it, but there's
You're
so much
There's
using
out
so
there.
much
D&D.
other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many
She's
other
using
things.
D&D as a gateway drug, is what.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the bait.
that's what it is.
It's the catfish.
But we're having
And
a blast
actually-
with the D&D game though. I love D&D, so I'll always love it.
It all, you know what? It's the gateway. It always starts with kissing, and then it ends in pony play, right, Elise?
Well, I'm not going to go there.
Page 1 was actually my first gaming convention that I had been to, where I'd actually played a game outside of a group of friends that I had already known. And so I used it. So this past year for Page 3, I actually decided, you know what, let's try something else other than just Dungeons and Dragons, because that's what I'd played so far.
Right.
And like Page 1 and Page 2, I tried different versions of D&D, because I had played 3.5 and then 5e. Now I've played everything but 4. And I have favorites, but I'm not going to state them.
Yeah, we don't need a war tonight.
But Page 3, I tried out Shadowdark, and I tried out Mork Borg. And so now I've got a rule for every time I go to a gaming convention, because I'm planning on going to several more this year, because I live right in Connecticut, and there's a bunch of good ones that happen right here in the Massachusetts, Connecticut area. So my rule is every time I go to a convention, I have to play one new system.
Yeah.
That's a
great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
This probably isn't a good idea, Anthony, because I would literally beat Wes senseless in about 10 seconds. So, like, So, he'd have to bring his whole congregation in to help him. And then even still, it would be touch and go for him. All right. So, Elise, you're also handling some staff things at Page, more off book things, off site things. You want to talk a little bit about what you're hoping for? You're with your diversity, with our diversity and inclusion group.
Well, I'm still new in the group, so I just want to become as useful as I can, and just paying attention to what needs to be done. That's all I have for that.
No. Well, we're looking forward to your input on that. I mean, you're a person with a lot of heart and empathy, and that's what we need on that diversity and inclusion committee, because we're trying to bring in people, not only from different backgrounds but different ages, things like that. So, that's important.
Yes.
Amanda, tell us
Yeah.
about what you're looking forward to at Concoction. Have you looked through any of the?
I have looked through a few things, and I'm looking forward to the joust that Lord Gasumba J. Scott is doing. That looks super fun. I'm looking forward to. I actually want to get into. I haven't checked yet to see if it's full, and it probably is, but I'm hoping it's not. I'm looking to get into one of the games that you're running, Ron. I'm hoping to try a game of Sickest Witch, because that system sounds really cool. I bought it from Page 3.
I'm running that.
Oh, I'm hoping to get in. And I'm also hoping to check out the what was it? Old Gods of Appalachia, or
We played.
I saw the pictures. Yeah,
with Peyton, and boy, what a good time that was. But yeah, no, that's a Old Gods of Appalachia is a good system.
So I'm for Concoction. I'm looking to try a bunch of new stuff. Oh, excuse me. A bunch of new stuff, plus try and get into a game that you're running, because it'd be cool to actually get to play in a game with you.
Listen, I'm running a few things. You mentioned jousting.
Yes.
I am running Harefoot Jousting there, which is a rules light miniature game that pits halflings.
I did hear you talk about it, and I am actually interested in that too.
Yeah.
But I want to try and keep it light so that I'm still available to do staff things.
Yeah. I mean, but who can beat halflings riding inconsistent and non-traditional mounts such as turkeys and geese and porcupines, fighting with rolling pins and wooden spoons. So, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
That sounds fun.
There's a question: will the Bone Grinder be running at Concoction? I don't think so. I don't think that's on our schedule. How about you, Jen? Do you have any questions for our team here?
Well, I guess I'm wondering, what made you both start playing D&D and getting into the dice and stuff?
I'll let you go first, Elise.
Okay. I started playing in high school in the late 1970s, and I loved just being kind of nerdy like that, and the fantasy aspect and everything. And when I became an empty nester decades later, I kind of felt like I wanted to pick it up again. I just missed it. And just out of the blue, a friend from high school said, "Hey, we've got a group going online." And so I kind of started from there. And then I keep mentioning Wes Allen, but I saw an ad for EcclesiaCon, and I said, "Oh, I don't know, like, uh, it's like people there. Like, I want to play, but I'm scared." And Wes was like, so wonderful. And that was my first like little con, and where I started playing and realizing that this is what I want to do. And it just sort of went from there.
Awesome.
So I started playing D&D I was 12 when I started playing. I was in middle school. I started playing 3.5 with a couple of friends that I had, because I was already into nerdy things, and I was a smart kid, so you get pegged as the nerd. You hang out with the nerds. It just happens. But I was totally fine with that, because the way that I was raised, nerd and weird were not considered negative terms. It was just, that's who I am. Sure. Like, yeah, that sticks. Sure. I got into it and I loved it. And so my friends and I, we used to walk from our school about 2 miles every Friday down to the local comic shop, and we'd play in the basement, and it was a great time.
Was there a pit in the basement?
There was not, no.
It was the basement.
The basement was literally just giant terrain tables, because they used to do like Warhammer and everything down there. It was a huge hobby shop. So when I got into high school, all of that kind of ended, because I went to high school in a different town, didn't have contact with anybody else. Then I started dating my now husband shortly after high school. And my friends from middle school were like, "Hey, we're going to run a one-shot game. Do you guys want to come and play?" I was like, "Oh, now my husband gets to find out how nerdy I actually am." Which he did not find out how nerdy I actually was until PAGE, when he saw me with dice. Let me be entirely clear. He did not understand the depth of my nerddom until he saw Daniel Lawrence and I at the hotel bar with Craig Zipsey, having shivers over dice. So, it went from that, and then he started playing with a couple of his friends, and now my husband runs games on his own, and I've played every edition there is. I got into collecting dice actually a much, much later. I got into collecting dice at the end of 2020. Oh, excuse me. Because I had actually, my father passed away at the end of 2020. And he was one of the people who got me started in Dungeons and Dragons, because he used to tell me about how he used to play back in the 70s, 80s with his friends.
Back in my day, we played in musty basements, and we used cardboard counters with numbers on them for dice.
Here's the thing. My dad loved him to death. My dad was a backwoods hillbilly. So you got the accent wrong entirely.
Oh,
he was one of those, he was so far north that you might as well have been going south. He had a very southern accent, had like 11 teeth total. Like, my dad was a backwoods hillbilly, loved him to death, but he really was excited about, he loved all things fantasy. He's actually he's the person who had me sit down and watch Conan the Barbarian the first time. Like, all of my love of fantasy came from my dad. So when he passed away, I was looking through my dice, and I had some of the dice that he had given me, and they weren't anything except for some old Chessex dice, and I hyper focused on them because that was how I was processing through the grief. that's how I got into collecting. I started looking through all of the dice that I had and like looking through pictures, trying to identify what they were. And I fell in love with learning the history behind them.
That's awesome.
And then my favorite thing about dice is sharing the history behind them and sharing the stories with other people so that they get to learn and maybe find the same excitement, or maybe just tell me, cool, thanks for letting me know.
We have a question from the crowd. This is from Anthony Simeone, who shirked his duties tonight and did not come on, and he's hiding behind. He's got a little sinus pressure, so he couldn't make the program itself. But what are Elise and Amanda's favorite RPGs?
Wow. My favorite one to run right now is Pirate Borg. I love Pirate Borg. It's so fun. The combat is fast. There's cool stuff. A lot of scary supernatural things. So that I really love running that. It's really easy to run.
When are you going to run that? When are you going to run that at the game room?
I thought I did.
I wasn't there.
Oh, you missed it.
I was working.
Yeah.
See, this is how I feel right now because I didn't get the play. I feel, Skeletor there.
My favorite one to play right now is Walking Dead. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, no, Walking Dead is fun. We're having a lot of fun with that, even though Emma hasn't realized how lucky she is to have Alan's protection. Alan's been teaching Emma to shoot her gun and shoot a handgun. And
doing pretty good.
Yeah, doing better.
But I got that hammer.
Yeah, she always goes back to the hammer. Let's see.
Amanda's favorites.
My favorite. So I have a deep love in my heart for Shadowrun, and I haven't been able to play it in, gosh, like 10 years, longer than that, actually. Hold on. 15 years. I haven't been able to play it because I had, nobody up here runs anything like that. And so I keep, every year I've looked for one to get into at PAGE, and they always are happening while I'm scheduled to do something, whether I'm doing my dice panel or whether I'm helping with auction stuff. So eventually I'll get to play Shadowrun again.
Oh, that's frustrating.
But I really love playing Morkborg, and I think I enjoyed Shadowdark as well. That's one that I think I want to dive into a bit. But right now I'm mostly playing 1E/2E D&D because I'm on stream twice a week with Jay. So, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I love the simplicity of it, in the sense that it really lets you focus on the character that you're playing instead of having to have 18 different rule sets that you have to go back and look through. Like, if you want to do something cool that's with you and the DM, instead of you built this character based off of all of this other stuff, and now the DM has to look through your character sheet so that they can actually verify what it is that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's my big frustration with 5e. 5e feels like... I also love the simplicity of combat. As much as it frustrates me not having things like cantrips or bonus actions, because I got so used to those, because I played 5e for so long, I do like that rounds go quicker.
Yeah.
And it also feels like I'm actually scared every single time that I might die.
Well.
Yeah, it's important.
All right. Quickly, we have a few things that came up this week. We announced that Owen K.C. Stevens, a game designer of Voluminous Credits, is going to be with us. He wasn't able to be with us a couple years ago and last year because of health issues, but he's going to be with us this year, and that's very exciting. And of course, we're going to have the our good friend and uh, you know former not former but our first lifetime achievement award recipient Frank Menser with us
No,
again.
really? He's gonna be there?
Yeah. It's going to be his fourth appearance, and as a guest, very few people have been to all four as special guests. He's one of them. So that is, that's very exciting. Now we have these little commercial breaks every once in a while. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, folks, do it now. Help us out. We're trying to build this page up. Anybody else have any questions for the guests tonight? Jen Cash, what's your favorite RPG?
Right now, I'm really liking Star Wars. The Fantasy Flight Star Wars.
Right.
But at Page, I also tried Dark Space, and I thought it was amazing.
Yes. Yes.
I may or may not have a Dark Space hardback coming back to me from Gary Kahn.
I got to talk with the Dark Space guys. They were so awesome.
Yeah, aren't they fun?
So fun.
Yeah, except for one of them damaged Philly cheesesteak after a CleeseCon last year. So that wasn't too cool.
Sure, he didn't mean it.
I don't know. I specifically said, "Hey, don't throw your stuff in the back," and threw his stuff in the back. And that's all right. We'll deal with it.
How about you, Ron? What's your favorite?
All time it's AD&D Second Edition. There's just no comparing any edition of D&D to AD&D Second Edition. It's got everything you need. I played it since 1989. I haven't stopped playing it. Because I haven't gotten bored of it. But I'll tell you, in playing some of the newer RPGs, I really, really like the Conan Hyborian Age RPG. And I like the way that all the players at the table are very locked into it. Like even though there's familiarity between the players, everybody's so into their characters that it's making the game extremely fun. We actually all keep journals, and we post journals after every game.
That's cool.
From our characters' perspectives. I actually post not only journals, they're more narratives from my character because she can't read or write, but there's also a third party telling of like some prequel stuff
That's
that
fun.
slowly but surely is explaining why she is the way she is. So very very neat there. Mutants and masterminds. Anybody else back the Dark Matter Kickstarter? I think I did, David. I'll have to double check.
I think I did too. I'll have to check my email and see if I got the PDF.
Anthony Simeone wants to know, what edition of Fantasy Flight Star Wars are you playing, Jen?
Post Clone Wars, I think.
Post Clone Wars. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Con game journals would be awesome to offer attendees. Maybe that actually is a good idea. Maybe we
Yeah,
can publish
I
Ooh, I
something
like
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 that.
that.
that. Elise, those game logs that I created that occasionally we put out on the table and give
Yeah.
out to you guys. Maybe put together a book full of those.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad idea. That's actually pretty good. But we're always trying to come up with innovative products for Page, and this is one that is new for this year. It's a
Yeah.
3-inch embroidered iron-on patch, which Elise spearheaded the
Hard.
search for that and the purchasing of that. And thank you for handling that, Elise. That's but as you can see, they look very nice, and they're selling pretty well so far. Not as well as concoction T-shirts, or the pre-order for concoction T-shirts are going. Wow, that
It's such a neat design.
So I had a question actually about the patches because I put one in my cart and it said if you pre-order you can pick it up at Concoction. Was that just a
you can
You
you just
can?
have them range with me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a question here. Does Page have official colors? We really don't. I mean, we have 2 logos. We have our traditional black and white, D20 sun over the Philadelphia skyline with gray scale sun rays coming out of it, and that's the one we use the most. And then we've got, uh, you know,
Philly.
Philly cheesesteak out there, but yeah, so we don't have official colors, not yet. I do believe concoction. I think Chet did a wonderful job on this artwork and this logo, and I like the color of the background and
Yeah.
the color and style of the lettering. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be a consistent thing we're going to use throughout concoction's history. And I don't know if anybody saw, I did a little posting about concoction history the other day. Did any of you get a chance to see that?
I did.
Yes.
That's super
Very
cool.
interesting.
So I'll share that
mean-
with the crowd here.
It was the year before I was born, but
Shut up.
I just had to throw it in there.
That's really cruel. You really make me feel old. I mean,
Hey, wait a second.
the
You were
only-
just talking about
the
this
only-
initiative about trying to bring in
Yeah.
players of all ages. You can't get mad at me for being a younger player.
Well, listen, the only solace that I have is that Elise is older than me, so that works. That makes everything okay. Hello.
Whatever I can do.
Yeah.
I live to serve.
So we're going to let me see if I can pull this up onto the screen real quick.
But yeah, it was cool. The biggest vendor was the Armory.
It was the Armory.
And I'm like, that's amazing.
That the story about the Armory being there is that's best left for not on public discussion. But there we go. There's some interesting stuff with the with concoction history here. You can see from this that there's the original concept art that my friend Mike Weiss actually still has on deteriorating paper. And there's the original convention listing. It was 1992, December 4th through 6th, and this was the convention listing in Dragon Magazine. But it's an old name, old convention, and when I started thinking about what we were going to do, and I said, you know what, we don't have to change. We don't have to change the wheel. We can get back to it, and we're going to stop sharing that. Let's see.
$20 for the weekend.
It was
Or
$20 for the
17 if
weekend.
you were pre-registered.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you stapled your check to the back page of the registration book that you got sent in the mail, had a little grid where you filled in the events you wanted to pre-register and you sent your check. And when you showed up at the convention, you got an envelope, and in that envelope there were little cut up pieces of paper that were your tickets. Yes. Yes, very very old school. Let's people are asking about the complete strategist. Listen, I'm gonna report this. I was told by staff that both stores are closing. I also happen to know, I believe the can't say for sure, but I heard it on pretty good authority that maybe the lease is up in New York too. But I think we might have jumped the story out there, and that caused them to pull back on announcing the New York closure. But the word that they put out was not exactly what I would call a ringing endorsement. Like, we don't know when we're going to close in New York yet, or when that time's going to come. If it were me and it was staying open, it'd be like, nope, we're going to, the New York store is going to continue its tradition long into the future. You got two owners over 80 years old and their kids don't want to take it over.
Oh, that's sad.
They don't want, do you want to pick up a new lease at that age? Probably not. So, yeah.
I mean, it's understandable though.
Yeah. So it's, it is what it is. I mean, I happened to be in the store when the owner, who hadn't been to the King of Prussia store to meet the manager there in the 4 years the manager had worked for the company, came down to tell him they were closing. So it wasn't quite coincidence, because the employee, when he found out what was happening, sent me an email. Believe it or not.
It's too bad they couldn't have sold it to someone who wanted to take it over.
When you've been in business for 50 years and you have a legacy,
it's hard to pass that on to somebody else, because you
Yeah.
don't know how they're going to do it. It's actually what happened with the store that I used to go, where I started playing Dungeons and Dragons. He had built up a legacy and he was ready to retire, and he had sold it to a longtime customer, and it did not go swimmingly.
Yeah.
And I won't even go there anymore, even though it's open. And it was a huge part of my childhood, but like, it's just not
the same.
The legacy was completely ruined, unfortunately.
I'm waiting for you to drop in. My childhood, that was like 3 years ago.
Not 3 years ago. All right.
Look, Jen's drinking alcohol here. That's an FCC violation.
It is not.
It's a total FCC violation. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get demonetized. I
have coffee and I also have water.
We make about 4 cents an episode. So.
Well, that's 4 cents more than you had before.
And I had to pay at least 6 cents as an appearance fee.
Oh no!
Wait a second, you got an appearance fee? Oh, come on.
Listen, you're big time now. You're on Lord Kasumba's show.
I do that for free too.
Yeah, I've got, I do have some bad news. when it comes to Page this year. Rose Nickel is not going to be back
Oh,
as a guest this year, so um, we're just we have to change out the guests sometimes,
yeah.
and she drew the short straw when we were making some decisions.
Aw.
But yeah, no, but I am excited in the days to come. We do have some very interesting people who are going to be guests this year, and I'm super excited. I'm almost bursting at the seams. I want to announce some of them now, but it's a long time between now and Page, so we have to save a little bit. But I'll tell you, uh, we have some pretty cool big name guests who are going to be with us this year, that are not only gamers, but they're stars in their own right in other crafts that may or may not be adjacent to gaming. So it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. I know our cosplay is going to step it up another notch this year. Uh, our team did a great job. Uh, there's a question here asking, is Trevor Duvall going to be on this show? Yes, we will have Trevor Duvall on the show.
Troy's got the same question I do. Is this where we pivot to our next clue?
Sure. We can pivot to the next clue. I will give you the next clue.
I am taking notes. I am ready to figure this one out. So
the mystery guest has over 1 million followers on YouTube.
That's part of the clue you gave last time, though. Last time you said they were
6 figures.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Yeah.
Now it's over 1 million. When I looked.
No, I think last time you said 7. It was 7 figures. So
he's just playing with us.
Don't listen. How dare you hold me accountable?
I will. You know what? Somebody's gotta.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for having my back, Jen. Give us a better clue. You can't just reuse the clue.
Yeah, we need something more than that.
I will also say that guest hosts a program that's on mainstream television.
Ooh. Michael in chat, the first clue was actually technically the first clue was 2 clues, but it was that they are female and that they have over 7 figures worth of viewing followers.
Yeah.
So now
they're on
they host something TV? On mainstream TV.
They do.
Huh. Like cable? Or I'm asking, is cable what we consider mainstream TV, or do we also include other streaming sources?
It's not like terrestrial TV. Could be terrestrial, could be cable. Okay. Not a streaming source. How about that?
Okay.
So does stuff on YouTube, so that's the streaming source.
Okay.
But also hosts a program, a television program.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And we have a
I gotta ask, because now we've got things like Dropout TV that it's not technically TV, but is TV, and it's yeah.
When I was little, we had 6 channels.
Yeah, so did we.
3, 6, 10, 12, 17, 48.
Yeah, but Lil CWA, I will tell you that, the program gets a lot more views than who watches it live. So, people watch it on replay and everything else. There is a guest here. Somebody's asking, is it Deborah Ann Wall? I wish.
I wish too. I was like, wait a second. Did they guess it already? Is that it? Please?
No.
Like, please, can I meet her?
Listen, I'm not gonna say she's off the table, but she's not the mystery guest.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
and I can tell you that in the last day, today, I did have 2 discussions with 2 separate but very large name guests that will be
I'm
a
so
lot of
excited.
fun.
I'm so excited.
So,
Any one of them from Colorado?
no.
Darn.
One is a Canucklevanian. I can tell you that.
Ah, okay.
But not the mystery guest. The mystery guest is, I will give a second clue just because I've been goaded into it. The mystery guest is American.
Okay.
Hmm.
That still leaves all of my options
That
open.
helps a lot.
Yep.
Now I'm so excited.
Oh my God, I can't believe somebody guessed it. It's Drew Barrymore. I'll tell a quick story. Here in New Jersey, we have something called the Commodore Barry Bridge. And I used to have a guy named Jerry who worked for me at a company where I was the chief operating officer. And, this is before GPS. And we were using like MapQuest for.
Yep. You print them out.
Yeah.
Hope
But
that you actually entered it right.
Yeah.
He didn't read that well. I'll just say that. But I said, yeah, you have to go over the Commodore Barry Bridge to get to where you're going. It's like, Commodore Barry Bridge? I've never heard of that. I know the Drew Barrymore Bridge.
She's got a bridge.
True story. Here we go. I'm going to say Matt Colville is on the table at some point. Well, if Matt Colville was female, he might be the mystery guest, but I don't think he's female. So, so those are your clues for tonight. Okay. Have you all liked and subscribed?
Of course.
Okay.
Since day one.
With all
All right. So, got a lot going on. Does anybody else have any questions for our guests? And we're not going to have like a roundup because we've been mixing everything together tonight. So once we let the guests go, Jen and I are going to go because Jen's been drinking so heavily. I'm afraid she's going to hit her head on the table.
Oh, jeez. Poor Jen. I don't know how you put up with
right?
it.
I don't know. You're
I
lucky
see
I
Suki
like
back
you.
there.
You see Suki there, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm assuming for everybody watching, the video's not freezing up tonight, right?
Nope. It looks good to me.
Okay, it looks good. Everything I've seen.
Yeah. So I'm in the house tonight. I'm not out in the office. I did buy a 500-foot spool of CAD 5 wire because it's apparently some sort of issue with the Wi-Fi uploads. Like the download speeds here are fine, but and the upload speeds for things like Zoom and things like that are fine. But on this system, this Restream system we use, it's been for whatever reason it is a little messed up. on the upload speeds. So we're gonna hardwire this, and of course the office is about 200 plus feet away from the house, so it's going to be
Do
quite.
you have a mesh system?
I do, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say it works very well for me in my old house with brick walls, but
Now listen, it works great. It's only this program where there's trouble on the upload with the video. I don't know what it is. I'm sure I could probably figure it out by resetting some priorities within the router if I wasn't like an old person and actually knew how to do that.
talk to
So
Daniel.
you'd have to come here to do it. No, I'm not looking to do that.
Fair
So
enough.
what we'll do, we'll we're gonna dig a trench because that's what my wife Jennifer likes to do on her tractor. She likes to dig ditches with it, and we've got everything we need, and we're gonna run a hard line out to the office, and we'll be back in the office soon enough, hopefully by next week.
There is a question in chat for Elise.
Oh, I don't see the chat now.
It says, "What's the biggest change in in-person convention culture you would like to see in 2026 and beyond?"
Oh,
Where do you see that?
I opened the chat on the Restream page, and it shows me all of the chats that have been coming in.
Yeah, but I don't see that. I
saw the chats for a while and then they went away. But I'll answer the question. I'm so new to the con culture. I've been.
Oh, here it is.
I've had nothing but really. I've had good experiences like everywhere I've gone, which is EcclesiaCon and PAGE. So I may not be very good at answering that because I've just had great experiences so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say PAGE. We try really hard to make sure that there aren't things that you're gonna want to change when it comes to the actual like culture. We try to make sure everybody's on the up and up. If they aren't, they don't get invited back.
Yeah, and we move out. We move out our volunteers and staff if they're not making the grade either. We have 3 simple rules, and it's it's the 3 B's I call them: be fair, be patient, and be firm, right? For our staff, and that's what we expect. We want everybody to feel good when they come to the convention, and generally, I believe we've done a good job doing that. With that being said, if you the few people that have come to the convention and they've acted appropriately or like jerks, I have no problem showing them the door and have. We're just not going to tolerate that kind of stuff. So, I had a question today from somebody, and it's not the first time I've actually gotten this question. It's the second time, but somebody called. My gosh, that's loud rolling.
Sorry.
Yeah. Settle down there. Settle down with the dice. They've been bullied at a convention before, and they wanted to know if they can talk to somebody to find out if somebody who's bullied them is going to be at the convention. And I've had a similar question from somebody else, like, hey, I've had a problem with harassment at another convention, and it's a sensitive topic for me. What can you tell me about your policies? And our policies are front and center on our website. We have a code of conduct, and some conventions try to keep it simple and be nice, don't be a dick kind of thing. That's not good enough. Oh, there she is. She's moving. Jennifer is moving. She's alive.
Did I freeze?
No, no,
Oh
no.
no, his wife,
Oh,
the queen.
She's moving up. She's making her way off the couch into the bathroom. Okay.
how's she
All right.
feeling, Ron?
Jen, she's feeling like a box of rattlesnakes, like normal. She's a little, a little grumpy. She's in a little bit of pain with the wrist still. Um, but she was out working in the yard today, so I think that's good.
Yeah, good
So
sign.
so yeah, that's good. Elise, your newcomer status makes you the perfect person to ask and answer that question, especially as a non-organizer. But all of Ron's rules make good sense. Thanks to you both. Yeah, I mean, we want everybody to be comfortable, but we also expect everybody to be tolerant. And as I think some people have heard me say this before, tolerance is a two-way street, right? It's not just one way or the other way. It's like, everybody has to be tolerant of one another the best they can be. Whether, I mean, I think everybody's got strong opinions about, our president, for example. But you know what? Be tolerant. If somebody is a supporter, you can be a little tolerant.
I can bite my tongue. That's tolerance there. That is
Well,
bite my tongue.
that is tolerance, because that's not what it's all about. What we should be focusing on when we're gaming or at a game convention is where we're all aligned, and all gamers are aligned when they're sitting around the gaming table having a good time, not worrying about who somebody voted for or who they're sleeping with. That's not important, and it's not anybody's business. That's it.
And I think one of the beauties of our role-playing games is that it gives you, in all the problems in our world, it gives you like a feeling of some kind of agency. Like there's just nothing like, shooting an arrow through a goblin skull. It's like, I've done something about this problem, even though it's, totally imaginary. In our lives, there's just so much we can't change, and yet here we're part of the story, and we could do, like, we could be heroes, and it's just, I love it.
Just
There's
for one
It's
day.
very
problems that I
cathartic.
can.
We can be heroes just for one day.
Oh, I know. Oh, I
We
didn't
could
mean to
be
bring the song up,
heroes.
but
Just for one day. It's before
And
your
it's
time.
it's kind of like an escape,
well,
because
that too, yeah.
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 Well,
we all
and
have lives, we all have things we don't want to deal with, and it's nice to just sit back and kind of like go into a story and have a good time, and you come out of it feeling better.
yeah. Well, because
You should.
it's an escape, and there's a problem, and you can solve it, or at least attempt to.
But I think that
Like,
the play does more than that. I think it changes you a little bit. Like a really good game, a character that you just didn't expect would develop the way they would. You learn about yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel that way for long running campaigns where you
Yes.
actually get a chance to see character change and character build.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say you get to see that a lot with, short one shots at conventions.
No, but
But
that's why there's such a variety of games that you can get into.
Yeah. For sure.
Elise is runs one of my favorite characters that I DM for. Her half-orc female warrior Graka. With her mighty battle axe.
She's got a cool battle axe. Yep. +6 damage.
+6 damage with specialization and strength and everything else.
Yes.
So yeah, it's very good. Oh, what happened? Something popped up. Oh, I'm a big advocate for goblin rights and representation. I actually have a goblin on my front porch right now.
I thought
Is
there was a
it-
kobold. No, it's a goblin.
That's a goblin. That's a
Oh.
goblin. Yeah. I managed to I was given a $200 eBay gift certificate by my staff from my regular job,
Mm.
and I was watching a WizKids life-size goblin.
I remember
And
seeing the posts about this.
it dropped down, like, you'll get an eBay offer, and they dropped the price to like $310, which is way below retail. And then I had $200. I said, well, for $110 out of my own pocket, I can have a goblin. So
I'd have done the same.
yeah. So now I have a goblin and a dragon head. Thank you to our friends from WizKids for that.
Nice.
All right. So let's see if we can give away a $25 Troll Lord Games gift certificate to their website tonight. They have, I think it's been 4 weeks in a row that nobody's gotten the answer to the trivia questions.
No.
So the Troll Lord Games, our friends from Troll Lord Games, are saving their shekels here. Yes, it is the life-size Paizo Goblin is what it is. So yes, they're a little haunting. Wake up, Jen. No yawning.
That's
Hey, I'm
why I
trying.
have been drinking a Red Bull through the whole thing. Not
I
because I
have
would
a-
fall asleep, but
I have a coffee. I have like 2 waters. I should be fine.
Okay. Well, you were yawning. It was a heavy yawn.
Oh,
All right. So I'm going to give a trivia question. Tonight, I'm going to give a trivia question real quick, and hopefully someone will have this answer. Everybody ready?
go for it, Ron.
drum roll. Imaginary.
No, I'm coming up with a question. Jen?
Yes, I
Jen,
know. I
you're
know.
yawning again. You're yawning
Yes.
again.
I know. Don't hate me because I had to get up early this morning.
Who was the first ever special guest for PAGE that was officially announced?
That's a tough one.
Was it not Frank Menser?
Well, it's not for you to answer. It was for
Well-
the crowd to answer, but you just gave away. You just
I'm
gave
so
it away.
sorry.
So we're gonna have to come up with another trivia question now.
That would have been my guess too.
Sorry, crowd.
Yeah, solo on the fly. I wouldn't have given you that because you spelled the name wrong anyway.
Well, I will say there is a little bit of a lag between here and the stream. So both Michael in chat and Troy probably answered before my answer was voiced.
No, we're not. No. We're
Oh,
gonna have
no,
to
nope. Someone said I blew it. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna have the comments did come in the
Sorry,
chat.
Troy and Michael.
At the same time, Amanda blew. Wow, look at Wes Allen throwing people under the bus. I mean, there's a guy with a criminal past. Really, snitches get stitches.
I'm just
there,
gonna
Wes.
turn my mic off so I don't blow it the next time.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to come up with one. Okay. I am a special guest at several conventions this year. I've been announced as a special guest. There are 4 of them. Name 2 of the 4 conventions where I've been announced as a special guest. The first person to do that will give you a $25 gift certificate for Troll Lord Games' website. Dun, 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 dun.
I think Wes
Okay.
has it.
He does not.
No. Oh.
He does not. Troy Allman does, however. I am not a special guest at ShireCon. I am the charity auctioneer, but I'm not officially a special guest there. Which, you know what? That is kind of should probably be fixed. But I'm not a guest at Rising Phoenix either. I'm not officially a guest at Rising Phoenix. No. But I'm not a guest at Concoction or Page. I don't, I hope nobody takes this like I'm taking a shot at somebody, but you're not a special guest at your own convention. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, that's correct. Conventions where I'm a guest.
Troy says he'll pass though because he doesn't need it.
Oh, he doesn't need it. So now Troy blew it. So, well, listen, the conventions where I am a guest this year are Catchacon. How do you pronounce that? Catadincon. How do you say that? I don't know. I'm a guest at a convention in Maine, a new convention in Maine called
Katahdin.
Katahdin. Okay. Katadicon. I'm a guest at EcclesiaCon. I am a guest at EggCon.
That's 3.
Right. There you go.
You said there were 4.
Yeah, what's the 4th?
There is a 4th one. I just don't remember when it is. I don't remember which one it is now. It's late. It's late, and I'm getting a contact. I'm getting inebriated from a contact high from being around Jennifer too much. Drinking all night. She's been drinking whiskey all night over there.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Jealous because you don't have any.
Katadincon.
Katadincon.
I am excited.
You have to let me know how that is.
I am excited about going up there for that.
When is that?
I think it's October.
ShakaCon.
Yeah. Wes should recuse himself. Well, Wes wouldn't win. I mean, he stole eggs. He doesn't win anything. No, you don't. You didn't win because crime doesn't pay, Wes. All right. Well, with that being said, we appreciate everybody joining us tonight. I think we're out of questions for our crew. Thank you, Amanda and Elise, for joining us tonight.
Good to see both of you.
Secretly,
lovely to see you as well.
Secretly, Elise has been live on the program a bunch of times because she's like hanging out in the background sometimes after D&D night on Friday nights. She's hung out while we're going on the air. So, but we're looking forward to next week. Let me see who's on with us next week. Would be good if I knew that going in, if I was prepared. Of course, I'm working off an old laptop here, which is very annoying too.
I know you've got Chuck next week.
Oh yeah, we got Chuck Cumbo. We got Chuck Cumbo from Trollor Games on next week. He's going to be wanting to talk about the Castles and Crusades, and one of my favorite people in gaming, Navy Montel Thompson, will be on with us next week. What a bundle of energy he is, and frankly, positivity. He's really a good guy.
Great.
Yep. All right. So thank you everybody for being with us tonight. And there's Jen in the background. She just made a little appearance there. There's the dog. There's my dog. It's my dog's ass. Yes. So, all right. Jen Cash, do you want to take us out this evening?
Sure. Well, it's been great hanging out with all of you, and we will be back next week, same time, same place. Until then, have a great week.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.